This is nuts. I'm on the way home. And I'm just going off in all different directions. Cylinders are firing and also misfiring. And my head is like several mass shootings right now. I don't know what the fuck's going on. But things are like coming in, they're getting fucked up. They get spit out, and then something reemerges from that spit. That which had been spat out. It becomes something else. It becomes something new. This is the first episode of the podcast that I've proven to be aptly titled The Weekly Hour. Today's episode is going to be less than 30 minutes. That's because I've decided to do it on a spur of the moment type of thing on the way home, just to give you a taste of the format. It is a nothing in particular type of show. I perhaps may leave it titled The Weekly Hour and may always upload a video that's a half hour long. I may never upload an hour-long podcast. You may not want that at all, in fact. However, the title will remain. The time I spend talking won't fucking matter, so don't think about it that much. Just listen to what I'm saying to you. Jesus Christ. It's the Weekly Hour. And you're welcome to join. There's nothing to do here. We just talk about things. Whatever pops in the head. It has to be influenced by a willingness to think. Partial drug use. But those things work wonderfully if they're used properly. How much great music was written on heroin? Well, let's all be honest. Heroin, it's a terribly addictive substance. Among the most, if not the most still. I think fentanyl has taken up that mantle. And the like, designer knockoffs of that fucking shit. And I'm trying to accelerate here, and it's difficult. I'm trying to giddy up, and the horses aren't powering. There's, what? How many horses is there under the hood? Amazingly spacious hood to fit the amount of horses that I'm told this car comes with. When it's shut, it must be like that quantum matrix cube from Jimmy Neutron. He pulled everything out. He could put his hand in there and tickle his mother's pussy or something. He did crazy shit. That kid was a fucking walking soft serve dilly bar. It was a good show, man. Sheen was the shit. Sheen was the man. And I always opted towards the idiot in cartoons. Jimmy Neutron, it's Sheen. Ed, Ed and Eddie, it's Eddie. SpongeBob, it's Patrick. But I like SpongeBob more. My favorite character in SpongeBob was Sheen. Yeah. Sheen was... what was that action figure? Fuck! Ultra Lord! It was a shit. And they also had the anxious one who was, it's interesting. The anxious one, which in Jimmy Neutron, the show's case, was Carl. And in Ed, Ed and Eddie, it was Double D. Or Ed, spelled with 2 Ds. So, but it's strange. They'll go one or two directions, I've noticed, with that type of character. They'll either leave him anxious. Jimmy Neutron... let me finish my theory, though. or what I believe is, a valid theory. They either make him anxious as well as intelligent, or just anxious. And I think that, the reason is obvious in the case of Jimmy Neutron, why he was kept, Carl was just kept anxious and kind of, not aloof, but just hyper aware in a clumsy way. Yes, he was just, if you had to guess his ethnicity, I wouldn't. I could go terribly wrong. He's probably Jewish, though. Just the whatever it was. Not to cite any of the stereotypes. I don't think I have the sort of renown yet on YouTube where I can get away just rattling off fucking stereotypes that I think are validly present in a children's cartoon show at this point. I don't think I can do that yet. So I'm not gonna. Alright? You fucking happy? You want the tier list? I'll give it a few years. Give me a few thousand more subscribers. I'll put a tier list out for you. But until then, it's the weekly hour. We are 6 minutes in. Probably have 10 minutes left. Perhaps at some point I'll have the means and the setup to do a proper podcast. I'd love to. All this talking to myself that I've been doing all these years has gone to extreme waste. And I've only become a crazier, fucking more paranoid person because of it. So the output of what I've said throughout my life has not been a great ROI. Does not lend me that satisfaction of having accomplished anything with the nonsense that just falls out of my mouth. But however, we're starting something here. It's the beginning of something. And I'm really glad you're here to do it with me. I couldn't do it without you. The show is nothing without its audience. And whether you're here or there, whether it's ethereal or physical, I really appreciate you. I fuck around a lot when I talk. I roast a lot when I talk, and I talk shit. Don't take what I say seriously, even if it seems to sound that I'm being serious, because I'm usually not. And that's sincerely the truth. Too many times in my life, and it's been one of the most frustrating things that I have been broached with, is that people tell me that they can't tell whether or not I'm joking most of the time. And I believe I made the mistake of taking that as a compliment and sort of, honing it in a way where I aimed to convey that way. And it was I kind of did do that, and people were genuinely thrown off, and I was I always questioned their reaction to what I said, because are you serious? You can't see through my bullshit? Huh. Okay. Anyways, but I mostly did it for the benefit of a joke. I didn't do it to manipulate people or take advantage of people. But I don't think I really like that overall. I don't think I really like that overall, because it's honestly difficult to say, because I want what I say, especially if I am being serious. I guess what I'm saying is I want to be able to speak in a way where people can easily differentiate when I'm taking on a topic seriously, or I'm just fucking around and talking about it. I don't understand how I've made that so hard for myself when it comes to interacting with others. It's strange. That's all I'll say about it. We've almost come to the end of our first episode, and I feel like it's already been such a long road already. And it hasn't, because I only recently just took a turn. You heard my blinker earlier. But you're along for the ride in quite the most literal sense, as this is being filmed. You just sat on my lap, hearing me. And what a treat it is, honestly, for you to listen to me, for you to take the time to listen to me. I really do want to be clear on this, that I try my best to speak my best and to convey my best and to enunciate my best and to just to give you an entertaining experience. I don't know if I'm able to do that through just talking, but I know there's some of you out there who have shown your appreciation for that type of content I've put out, and that is love to me. That is, and I appreciate that so much. This YouTube channel may never become anything. I've kind of let go of the thought of wanting it to be one solid this or that. It's going to be a horrendously underwhelming variety type of thing, and I'm not doing it to retain and increase a following, but nothing. This is the weekly hour. Maybe the show will evolve, because I have thought about this for a while, and believe me, I have thought of better names. Well, no, I have tried to think of better names, I should say, and I thought I landed on a few. I was gonna I'll tell you, I don't give a shit. I was going to call it Poecast. My last name is Poe, P-O-H, for anybody who doesn't know. I was going to call it Poecast. Just a pun of a podcast. Ew. So it's just, the weekly hour is the best I can do, because it's an easy to explain title. It's very easy to explain. And that's what I like about it. It possesses a sheer simplicity. That's what I want the format of this show to be as well. These people need to start wearing fucking reflective clothing when they walk on the street. There's no moon out. I should pay attention as well. I was paying attention, but put your reflective clothing on. Anyways, I was just in the middle of, I completely forget. Something to do with Seinfeld? Well, there goes that thought. There's a lot you can take from Stoicism. Especially when it comes to anger and Seneca, and how he talks about anger in such eloquent ways that modernize all on their own. You know, they're just perpetually relevant. Incredible that these minds existed so long ago and left this beautiful mark on the world of which they can pass down onto so many, which they have passed on to so many. I should take more pages out of these wise men's books more often. When I decide to flip my shit needlessly over something, because every time you get pissed off and angry, it's baggage. It's something that you did that you didn't have to do, because you decided that someone else was the master of your emotions. That's what you decided. Well. A topic that I do not have enough time to indulge in properly. And we're at the end, folks. Here we are. We've arrived. I'm home. This has been the Weekly Hour, episode 1. It's, we finally did it. We finally made this happen. Not without you. Us. And let's keep it so. Okay, hold on. Whose cat is that? This cat has been showing up at my house, and he actually looks like a cat that I had when I was younger, whose name was Chester. But it's impossible. It cannot be him because I had to give up Chester because we were only watching him. We were like the interim handlers, caretakers of Chester when he was a kitten, and I was so upset when we had to let him go. But this cat looks very similar to Chester, and he's revisited. Hopefully I can get him to pet me. I'll keep you guys updated on that. There we go. We already have a saga. We've already begun a saga. The stray cat that continues to wander on my premises. Will I be able to pet him? Will he respond to my pss, 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 and my... I'm rubbing my fingers together vigorously. A fast motion. So as to coax a cat over. I may just need to buy some Oscar Mayer slices. Well, you better tune in next week, and we'll see if we've made any progress. Well, thank you for watching this episode of The Weekly Hour. Peace out. Take care.